Oh, yeah. Oh, Miss Piggy. Oh, Miss
Okay,
Piggy.
you good?
Yeah. Yes, I am good. You good?
I'm good. I'm recording.
All
Everything's
right.
good.
Yep. I believe, yeah, I'm
Well,
recording too.
In
So
that case,
Gucci.
there is nothing else to say other than welcome back.
welcome back to a Compel Reality podcast. And I'm in my Dante skin
Episode
again because my shit is too bright.
12? 12.
12.
Yeah, we're on episode
Yeah,
12
12.
now. Yep. Yeah, here we are. We got Mr. Surviv0r back
Yes.
with us.
A
My dude,
second
thanks
returning
for,
guest.
Thanks for joining us again. Yeah.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Alive.
Living the dream, man. Yeah.
This guy.
I'm alive.
More or less the same sentiment, sarcastically go living the
Amen.
dream. I'm alive. It's basically the same thing.
You can't blame me.
I
okay?
exist.
Yeah. So how you been, buddy?
I'm existing.
I've been good. How about you guys? Hanging in there?
Alive.
Yeah.
That's-
It's hot as
alive.
it's hot as a
Taking it a
motherfucker
day at a
outside.
time.
I say, well, blew it. I just freaking blew it. I screwed up the 2-minute mark. I've been thinking about that all freaking day.
Yep. It's too late. Well, there's no point in going back now. So
I mean, you could.
piss, shit, and cum.
I mean, you could always just bleep it, but it's up to you.
yeah, I suppose
Or
that's
as long
true,
as you
but, I mean,
bleep
we're
the
not
first-
We're not even monetized
I mean,
yet, so it's
yeah,
really
but
not that
whenever
big of a deal.
we
Yeah.
get there, you can just monetize the old videos too. I mean, it's whatever.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I did.
I mean,
that.
I realize
Yeah.
I'm Duke Nukem, and it's appropriate for me to say, but maybe not in the first 2 minutes.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Suck
I didn't.
dirtbag.
Homie just went scorched earth. He's like, suck cum. Tongue punch my fart box.
Ooh.
Eat
Damn.
shit, daddy.
That's a nice one. I like the sound of that. Somebody, little tossing some of the salad,
Well, I thought I
So-
freaking blew it.
What have you been up to lately?
Really, I've just been doing shorts. I've been doing a lot of shorts.
Yeah.
It was a matter of fact, one of your previous episodes, you talked pretty extensively. It might have been with Papa about shorts and whatnot. So I decided, what the hell, and you make the suggestion to me a couple of times, but also on the podcast about just taking the TikToks and throwing them on.
Yeah, it works.
YouTube Shorts,
Yeah.
and the very first
Yeah.
one right out the gate got like 3K overnight. I was like, "What?
No shit.
That's weird."
That's awesome.
It
dude.
works,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that's badass.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't know. That the thing is like shorts on I feel like it's too completely like obviously the algorithms are different.
Yeah.
Like there's no denying it, but like the way they work on YouTube feels similar to the way it works on TikTok with shorts in any case.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you still have like some hit or miss. I've definitely seen some inconsistency, but yeah, it's very I don't know. It feels like when it comes to shorts, they're like the same, but then like YouTube's long form content algorithm is just totally like it's just a different ball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're not even dealing with the same platform.
That's true. And to that point, my first one did really well. Second one bombed. Pissed
Yeah.
me off too because it was my first Veil short, and I wanted it to do really
Oh
well.
no.
So
Yeah.
the what I notice is what if you use like the hashtags, right? And it's not like TikTok at all. You have to be very
Nope.
vague with it. You have to be very vague with it. Like you can't put Veil VR in YouTube compared to TikTok because if you put Veil VR, no one's gonna find it. So you have to
Right.
you have to be very vague about it, like VR FPS or FPS shooter or something like that. You can't just
Right.
put
Yeah.
Veil VR, Veil, whatever. You have to be very vague about it.
I think part of that may have to do with the fact that there's like so much saturated content on
Yeah.
YouTube. So when you
Probably.
put it in like really niche categories, I think it just buries the fuck out of
I
it.
think you're probably right with that one for sure. I think both of
Yeah.
you are right because to see that happen the way it did on YouTube, but then turn around and release one on Talk, and it do just
Right.
fine, at least
Yep.
in accordance to what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you're probably onto something there.
Plus, Veil also kind of already has a huge, like, its own, like, subcategory on
Yeah.
TikTok because
That's
of how
very true.
active their Panda has been with, or Panda and Stack have been with uploading content on there. So I mean, like, you go to the Veil hashtag, and it's like, I mean, it has millions of views, right? Like,
it's
when you
particularly
pull it up,
for
it's like,
Veil. Yeah, they did that on purpose, like everybody does.
Yeah.
Like I started recently putting in mine SolBCVR and at the very end of my hashtags to say this. Well, this is my stuff. This is my category. This is my area.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I would.
I might give that a whirl.
Same fucking thing I did with the Grimlord TikTok as well. Just like from the beginning, just put hashtag Grimlord and hashtag Grimlord VR in every single video. And now we're, 1.3 million views later.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. By the way, that did really take off pretty quickly, because
it fucking exploded
I was there
out
when
of
it
nowhere.
got
I was not
created
expecting
and
that.
just watched it. That was crazy. Good job.
Yeah, it was just like overnight. Like, all of a sudden we had like 500,000 views on like a single TikTok. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and it's so hard to keep up with the comments when you get into the hundreds of thousands, let alone that number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate to say it, because like, I mean, I don't work full time for them. If I did, I would definitely like spend more time, trying to respond to literally everything. But I'm only getting paid so much for a certain period of time every week, and like, we still get notifications for videos that I made like weeks ago, and I'm just like, and the fucking comments are just so deep at the point that it's like, there's like, I can't even find it. I literally cannot even find it. Like, you get the notification, but it doesn't take you to the comment. It just pulls up the video or whatever. So it is definitely a lot to juggle, but
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you had anything you want to talk about, buddy?
Yeah, actually, I did. So this particular topic should be no stranger to anyone sitting in the room, especially if you pay attention to Twitter. We had a let's see how.
Hold on. What is your problem right now? Are you? Is your dog like trying to lick your nuts or something?
No, I'm just sitting here giggling because I already know what this is about.
I guess.
So we had some pretty prominent VR figures decide that they want to do a stream and a VOD and release a VOD or bits of a VOD that's, I guess, eventually going to be a YouTube clip if it's not already, and rank a whole bunch of content creators. And the way, and you guys, I want just to be upfront, I don't mean any harm by anything that I'm going to say. I want,
for sure.
I want to be cordial, and above all else, I freaking love the VR community. And I don't like seeing ripples like what I witnessed yesterday.
It wasn't even just yesterday. It was like a span of 3 days.
The last 2 or 3 days, really.
Expanded.
I feel like it. I don't know. I caught a whole lot of the blowout. I think yesterday. I did see something prior to that, but I feel like the turds were slapping the fan blades pretty hard yesterday. And
yes, they were. They absolutely.
And
were.
I think some of it is justified, at least in initial like take back, because of the way it came off. The way it was presented absolutely came off in a negative tone.
Very negative.
And
especially because there was
no context, nothing at all.
Literally zero context.
There was zero context whatsoever, and then people just kind of started jumping on it or whatever. The thing is like, the way I perceive it is, from those two creators to do it the way they did it, it comes off, I think condescending is a good word, but I also think that there was no consideration for where anybody's at, because let's just level with each other. We're all content creators, and none of us really know where any of us are at in real life. What you show us is all we see. You don't know where somebody's head's at. And unfortunately,
that is extremely true.
Unfortunately, with this particular thing, it did hurt people, and I know that for a fact. because I've spoken to
Yeah.
people that were involved in the whole scenario and on that list.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the responses I read from somebody literally made me cry. Like, it hit wrong because, again,
Yeah.
there was no consideration for that person may be at. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
should be looked at. I hope that they do look at it that way eventually and maybe own some of that, because
Yeah.
the presentation was just atrocious. And
Mm-hmm.
then their
I would
backup
agree with
clip
that.
where they tried to give some context came off as a mockery to all those statements and stuff that they got. Now, let me just say, whoever decided that it was okay to start comparing these kids to Hitler, that was just beyond
Yes.
an overstep.
If you
We call him the funny mustache man, so we don't get deranked in the YouTube algo.
I mean,
Call him funny mustache man.
Fuck it, man. But either way, like you shouldn't be comparing somebody to a tyrant like that. Someone so genocidal, someone that's like absolutely like no one should have. Nobody should be compared to that unless you're a fucking killer or something like that. But obviously, no one in the VR community is actually, at least nothing that we know about. No one has killed anybody like that, especially in a genocidal manner.
That was definitely. There's no doubt in my mind that was a bit of a overstep.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like, all right,
very
come on.
excessive.
We're not even having a conversation anymore. This is
Yeah,
just,
no, I
like,
don't
you're
condone that in any way, shape, form, or fashion. That I don't know how anybody could have thought that thought and
even
made
come
that
to that
comment
conclusion, like logically,
and think that was going to fix anything or add anything to
Right.
it. And that's kind of how
Yeah.
I view the whole overall situation, is like, even with what they did with the best intentions, and in all honesty, as I've seen the VR community come up and what I've witnessed people do, it really doesn't add any value in any way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but like, there was, I think if they wanted to celebrate those creators, which is something that they routinely said throughout that thread, that it was a celebration of these creators and why they liked them so much, they gotta know by now, at least by the response, if not by their own realization, that it didn't come off that way. In any way. Like, it really didn't. And I would
think,
love to see them own
sorry, go
that
ahead.
a little bit. And I do think that anybody that came at them in an extremely harsh, like what we were just talking about, negative way, should probably do the same thing, because it's not like it cancels the shit out. It's a problem regardless, and that's not the VR community that I know. And to be honest, after their second clip that kind of made a mockery of, or at least perceived mockery of, these creators' statements, it didn't go the way that I think they probably intended it with context. It truly did come off like, haha, it's funny now. And, well, in real life, that hurt people, and that's where I'm coming from. And that's why I think that's it, and overall, it just was not cool in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I just want to see the community grow so badly. And when stupid shit like that happens, it's a roadblock. Like,
It definitely is a roadblock. Yeah.
It's not.
Even if regardless of who could be perceived or understood as being right or wrong in any given situation, the fact that there is drama even just occurring based on like the way it played out, in and of itself is a roadblock. At least I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of someone who maybe is just a pancake gamer, right? And maybe they really want to get into VR gaming for the first time, so they look up some content creators or whatever. They do the little sniff them out, and they come across this clip and then think that, well, everyone in the VR gaming community is just like an asshole or something, or just like to start drama, for no reason.
Or better yet,
and I'm not saying that, and I'm not implying that anyone is an asshole. This is just as an example.
Yeah. No, right? I get what you're saying, for sure. But on that point, if, like, just say for an instant that I've never messed with VR, but I'm looking to get into it, kind of like what you were saying. But I'm looking at content creators and I come across that clip, and I don't see the one that kind of makes any or attempts to make any light of the situation, I see the first one. And
Right.
well, now I'm thinking I shouldn't be watching any of those people down towards the bottom. That's not that's weird, and I think it may be an unintended circumstance in this situation, but that like it could potentially hurt the viewership of those creators
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
newcomers
no doubt.
coming in. And I know a lot of these people and have talked to a lot of these people personally. That is the polar opposite of what they're trying to do, if you know what I mean. Like, we're all
Absolutely.
trying to make it grow. And I think this particular stunt just wasn't a good move at all.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
And I hope that, I guess at the end of the day, like, what I would leave it at is I just hope to never see that again as
Yeah.
it relates to really quantifying things that I don't know. I don't consider myself any kind of authority in this realm. I'm a participant.
Yeah.
I want to add to it. I want to make it grow. And I'd like to see everybody come in with that mentality. Stuff like that doesn't really
Yeah.
project that. And I'm just hoping that we can get past it. And like if there's any kind of relationships that got broken as a result of it, I hope they get mended. Because
Yeah, for sure.
at the end of the
yeah.
day,
I definitely don't like to see the hostility and the sort of the harm that it's inflicted between the relationships. Because the one thing that I've really loved about the VR community from the very beginning is just how just fucking like welcoming it is. How warm everybody has been. And it's just been like a really cool place to be right now. Like, I don't think it's like big enough that, you get these like feuds popping up, right? Like you see this a lot in like, content creation spaces on YouTube, especially where there's much larger viewing audiences. You get all these like feuds popping up between content creators and shit because it, rage sells and the drama sells, right? And it gets clicks. But, VR is in a really unique position right now where we don't have that really because like we're just, I guess, not large enough for it yet, or I don't know if it, or maybe it's just the type of people that it is attracting are just genuinely good people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's mostly the case. I absolutely do. Like, I really, like, even after this situation, like, other than some heinous things being said, and some of those people that said some kind of heinous things, like, I have mingled with them before, and that just really seemed out of character. Like, truly did. But that doesn't condone it. I'm not, saying, oh, that's the excuse or that's the get out. But no.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a really weird situation, and I
my-
hope to never see crap like that again. I really do.
Agreed. From all aspects of it. I guess my opinion on it is a bit milquetoast. I guess you could say, I don't want to say like I'm indifferent. I'm just not crazy about drama in general. Like the second I see drama popping up, I just walk away because I don't want to deal with it. It's not healthy to deal with. It's not even worth considering, and it's just like pointless bullshit. I think from my perspective, at least the view that I saw of things, I don't think the person in question. We should probably not. say any
I want to
names.
say that it's not. So you said two people. It's not just two people. I want to say that now I watched the VOD, the whole thing, all 3 hours of it, the stream starting
I
and
did as
everything.
well.
It wasn't just the two. The Twitch chat wasn't involved too. So it's. I mean, yes, the figurehead who makes the post is going to get more flack than the rest of them. However, you have to realize it's not just that one person. And yes, no matter what, you shouldn't be doing like something like this in general. However, so you know what? I'm gonna let you get your opinions out first before I say mine. How about that? Since you already started yours.
I was just going to say, so like the first thing I always wonder when I see things like this, especially if it has no context, is I go, well, that's interesting, but I'd like more context because I don't like just looking at something and making an assumption or right. Like that's what leads to drama is when people they just see like one little picture of something. It's like the classic example of what was it? The scientist who he would like take a picture in a room, but he would only take a little tiny part of it. And then he would take another picture from like way back and it would show like the whole room. And he's like, this is what you're seeing. This is what's out there. Right. Like it's that classic comparison of like, just because you see this one aspect of an event, right, doesn't really mean that you should be forming a conclusion based on that one thing you've seen. Sure, it may influence your decision making or whatever. So the first thing I did was I was looking for context, which was when I found some of the other clips and VODs from the Twitch stream that it originated from. And I spent probably a good, I want to say like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes like watching it, like not all the way through, but like bouncing around to different areas just to kind of feel the vibe of the stream. And I genuinely didn't get the sensation that this person was doing it out of like hostility or malice or like doing it to stir things up. I think it was genuinely intended or genuinely well-meaning or
it was
intended.
Pure. The intention were pure.
But correct. But I can 100% understand why people were upset about it and why it did upset some people so badly. I'm not in any way condoning what they did or what anyone else did. I have a morally indifferent stance on this personally. That's my thing. I'm not making any moral statements about how people acted or whatever. But that's just my perspective on things.
So my opinion on everything, me and Surviv0r had a large conversation about this, obviously off camera. It was very extensive, and it was a conversation you would expect from people who actually have normal conversations to conclude what the fuck is going on, right? You
mean using their big boy words and just communicating like an adult?
Talking like an actual human being.
Yeah.
So, like, and this person is still getting flack. I was on Twitter. I didn't even look at the post, okay? And I seen several rants on it, regardless without even the post. For one, why are you continuing to spread it? Okay, that's not going to help the situation at all. And two, now I get shit for this all the time. I don't know why I get shit, but literally everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Now, obviously not everyone's going to agree with your opinions. And obviously, everyone, I'm sure a lot of people agree that the ranking, the tier list that they created wasn't exactly cash money. Wasn't exactly a very good thing. It was a very poor decision.
Right.
I'm sure everyone could agree with that. It was a very poor decision to do. There are better ways to celebrate.
Objectively.
Yes, there are better ways to celebrate or shout out the community in a specific way, right? Because you had like several people, and if you're not looking at it without the context, and as you said, if you don't have the context, people are going to assume automatically what's going on, and obviously, if you do that, that doesn't make you any better, honestly, because you're just assuming and you're just going to add fuel to the fire. It was the minute it got posted, it was already a forest fire. Why are you adding more fuel? Why?
Yeah, and I guess that's what I didn't mention is the initial part of that second clip that they put out to try to give context and bring light to it. He says multiple times in the beginning of that video that I'm going to get shot, I'm going to get set on fire if I put this out in public.
So he knew.
So it didn't help things. That's what I was getting at. Like, it didn't help things, or the context for that matter, putting out a video that full on shows that you knew exactly what was going to happen. Like, that's weird.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I don't know. It just it rubbed a lot of people wrong, and I love this community too much to watch. And
I completely understand. I completely understand the perspective of people getting upset. I completely understand it. But as I said, even for example, if I was a little kid, not like a little kid, so an adult, an average adult, an average person making the same thing, obviously it's not going to get enough. It's not going to get as that much attention as it did, and people might not make a big deal out of it. Yeah. And obviously, since he's a bigger figurehead within the community, he's going to get that more flack, which obviously happened. He's got a lot of flack, and not even just him, the other person, and the Twitch chat has like completely been ignored. So it's just the two. Like that's another thing that people are ignoring. Like it was a collective decision, and every single person's opinion your opinion, my opinion, has a double-edged blade. It's a double-edged blade. You cannot have the correct opinion. Nothing is factual. Okay, you are entitled to your opinion. Your ranking could be different. Your favorite YouTubers could be different than his and mine, right? Like mine is Blarg. Yeah. Yours might be Thrill, right? Like everyone is entitled to their own opinion, man. And the fact what really upsets me more, honestly, homie dying. That's what upsets me.
Sorry, I swallowed the wrong way.
Too much cum?
Bro, was there a bone in it?
Dick?
No, I just need to drink some water. Oh, fuck. Sorry, continue.
Right after these messages, ladies and gentlemen.
I forgot where I was because I was distracted by my homie dying.
I'm sorry,
about
okay?
The difference between our favorite YouTubers and yours.
Oh yeah, like differences in opinion
like
and
yeah,
stuff,
so you can't pin something extreme, especially something regarding the genocidal fucking madman. That's the one thing I will never understand. Whoever, and there was several people who did that. Okay, one actually posted a picture.
It was not just one.
Yes, there was several people who did that.
Yeah,
and if you're one of them, why? Like that makes you should never. No one deserves any comparison to
like that, yeah.
someone that killed people, 6 million people. You cannot compare that. This like a literal firing squad for no reason. Well, not really no reason. That's a lie. Not no reason.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Like that fire should be died down, not increased. Why?
There's definitely a point here, because like it's like the classic waffles pancakes argument.
Yes,
you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has different
It's like
tastes.
you go on the internet and you go, I like waffles, and somebody responds, why do you hate pancakes so much? It's like, I didn't say anything about pancakes, bro. I just really like waffles. You know, it's kind of that thing where it's like, no matter what you say or do, especially on the internet, I think the internet goes without saying.
For sure.
Whatever you say and do, somebody is going to disagree with you, no matter what.
And Twitter is a very bad place for that.
Certainly, there are some things that are more, socially acceptable or not, right? And certain things may obviously catch you more flack than others, but like you're never going to be able to make everyone happy.
And Twitter is a very bad place to do this.
100%. It's like the worst place to do it.
Because Twitter,
because it's so easy to dogpile on people on Twitter. Yeah,
it's the most toxic social platform. It is
by far.
If I had a choice, I would never use it. I use it to keep up with the VR community as a whole, and to make. And I've made several friends with Twitter, like Gramsy, Adam Bombardi. Like I even made a friendship with the person who made the post because I was genuinely worried for their mental health. As you stated earlier, it affects everybody's feelings. Everybody's affected, even the poster. Okay, and this can affect people mentally for sure. I would like the way I see it is I look at every perspective in the scenario, every single person's perspective. It's not just one person. I look at everybody's perspective.
Yeah, there was a lot of people involved too.
There was a lot of people involved. The general community, the general crowd who is watching this, and or fans for a particular YouTuber, the YouTuber themselves, the poster themselves, the accomplice for the poster, and so on. And you cannot pinpoint something immediately. That is just the most immoral and illogical thing to do. Yes, as we stated, the tier list was a bad idea.
Objectively,
a bad idea.
Yeah.
However, the intentions, if you watch the entire VOD, the VOD as a whole, they made critiques. It was critiquing. Yes, you could consider that people don't want critiques, but no matter what, you're going to get critiqued, even if it's from a random viewer. It's going to happen.
Yep.
It's like
Literally
that's like me
all the time to me.
Yeah, it's like me reviewing a product that I wasn't told to review, right?
Yeah.
Like
Well, kind of. I do kind of side with. I see what you're saying, but one thing that I didn't mention, at least from the conversations I've had with people that are actually on that list, it wasn't about their placement on the list at all, to like any of them. It was about that they were being quantified against their peers, and for a lot of them, it it hit wrong.
I can see that
like
100%.
I can definitely
Absolutely.
understand it. Like I definitely understand the impact it could have on somebody, especially mentally, that they're being compared to their peers. I used to be compared in real life from my parents, my peers, my coworkers. I still kind of do, and honestly, I mean, obviously, not everybody. Again, not everybody's the same. Everybody's different, but I back away. I don't listen, right? And again, everybody takes this stance differently. People get more aggressive. People take defense. People just back off. People get like very aggressive. Everyone.
I just ignore them. I literally just ignore.
Yeah.
Because like toxic people just aren't.
Yeah,
worth your
exactly.
Time. That's always been.
It's just like everyone. Everyone takes
fucking ignore 'em.
their own stance on things and the way they do their things very differently. Some are confrontational. Some just don't even acknowledge it. And that's just how people are, man.
I think that's probably why I didn't really take much of a stance on this personally. Like I was just kind of like, because I can 100%. I just try to be as empathetic as possible, right? Like I can 100% see how from each person involved in this, what they were upset about, why they were upset, and I can understand why there was a lot of like back and forth over this. So that's probably why I'm like kind of more morally indifferent about it. Because it's like the old saying, there's three sides to every story: yours, mine, and the truth.
Exactly.
Right?
This dude.
And the truth is that the truth lies somewhere in between everyone's perspective who was involved in that. So,
as I said, the original context is that.
I know that's like a super milquetoast answer, but like
it's understandable though. I mean, like it makes sense.
You're just
but
one
like
for classic lines. That's what it is. Like, I think when you go back and watch this, I'm pretty sure you brought up like 3 or 4 already. I'm not sure how far we are into the podcast, but go ahead. Sorry,
but you're good. But like, it's like you can't just take everything at heart all the time. If you do, obviously it's going to affect your mental health. Obviously, it affected the poster. I spoke with him directly, and I mean they were what's the correct word? I guess it's not really mortified, but something similar to it. Like they were very scared. I guess upset. They were upset about the amount of backlash they got, which. To be fair, it should have been expected, which he did. They did, realize that in the VOD, even with the context clip, that they knew that he would get a lot of flack for it, but regardless, the VOD content, right? The VOD was. Yes, again, tier list, bad idea. But the
unless you're making a tier list of something like innocuous, like chip brands or something. Right?
Another thing is like comparing it to like Thrill actually made a post about this today. He replied, not today. I think it was yesterday. He replied to the context clip saying, "See, a better choice would have been to rate them off their most popular video or something like that." Because it's objectively it's somewhat the same, but it's also not. Everything's different, and it's not exactly to the character of the person themselves.
It's less so attacking or perceived as attacking their character as it is maybe offering a critique of their actual content.
In the VOD, they actually speak on someone's intro, its length, what it is, their thumbnails, and go into detail about what would make them just soar in sub counts.
I think I watched that. Yeah.
taking a huge assumption there that that's actually what that particular creator is going for, first of all.
That's a valid
Second
point.
of all, like, there's several thousand people that would like to ask him to hold their beer because they have no problem with it. They have no problem with that intro.
Right.
They have no problem with those thumbnails.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just really weird, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Everyone is subjective to their own opinion. Everyone is subjective to their own opinion. Like, he's critiquing that person's intro, all that stuff, right? And he's giving his input, his critiques to that particular creator. And while, yes, other people can feel different, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. No matter what, opinions are in play in this entire thing. It's all opinionated. Everything about this entire situation is opinionated.
I think the thing I probably disliked the most from this whole thing, I mean, to your point about earlier about it, it is kind of a stain on the community. Like, it looks bad from the outside. This is definitely not a good look for the VR community in general. I think for really just everyone involved, or at least the people who have been the most active in it. But I think what I disliked the most was the content creators that afterward were like, I feel like they were using the drama to get clicks. And I'm not going to name any names. It's, I guess to each their own. People can do whatever they want. It's just not my cup of tea. But there was definitely, I noticed several content creators that were taking like quote tweets and stuff like that, and then using it to like link and plug into their own stuff. And it was like, that's kind of distasteful in my opinion, to like try and like profit off of rage clicks. Like, it was very strange to me.
The whole thing.
Again,
The whole
thing.
That also reminds me of, like, there are some people, like as I stated, I saw one today. Like, it's the ranting about the same thing. And yes, you're entitled to rant, right? But why are you adding fuel to the fire? And why are you continuing on the subject? Like
you could achieve the same thing by just like joining a group chat on Discord with the people that you want to talk to. You know what I mean? And just like vent or talk
honestly,
about it or whatever. Like, you don't have to do it in a public space.
And honestly, the best thing to do is probably to confront the poster with a
directly, not in public.
Privately with an open mind. Don't just aggressively go into their DMs and say, "Go suck my fucking dick, you suck ass. Go eat shit and die, fucker." That kind of thing. Like that.
Very colorful words you're choosing there.
I'm just saying. You know, it's guaranteed. Even if it's a fan, you know what's going to happen. People are going to try to go into the DMs and be like, "Well, fuck you for doing this," kind of, or that shit. That doesn't help, man. Okay, if you're
you don't win hearts and minds by telling somebody that they're wrong. Right. Like, if you're trying to convey, like, if I was upset because you said something that I didn't like and I was really upset about it, if I come to you screaming and cursing about how you're an asshole, are you going to listen to me or are you going to block me?
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. Right.
It's exactly
You're
the
probably
point.
going to be like, well, he's kind of being a dick about this now, and I don't really want to talk about it anymore. Thus, both sides then galvanize their position into thinking that they're correct. Even if you are upset and you can try to keep your emotions in control and try to remain mature and reach out to someone about it and have an adult conversation with them about why you're upset, why you're feeling the way they are, maybe they'll be super sympathetic and be like, "Look, man, I'm really sorry."
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't win hearts and minds by being an asshole.
Yes.
It's just not a thing that's going to happen. You got to try and be mature about things. And it's definitely something that has not been happening.
There have been several people in the VR space that have been really aggressive with this publicly, and I truly don't understand what the point is about it. Like, it shouldn't be done at all.
I mean, to be fair, if you start the whole thing in public anyway,
well, yes, but like
you expect it to remain public.
But regardless, you shouldn't be adding fuel to the fire, man. No matter what kind of situation you were in. For example, if I went to my parents' home and started yelling to the top of my fucking lungs, and and then my entire neighborhood hears me, comes in, gives me their fucking input, like, and in a very negative context. It's like, dude, come on.
I love that example.
It's like, dude, like, come on.
Yeah.
And
yeah, imagine like asking a plumber for their advice on why your toilet's leaking or something, and then like, you know, a mechanic and a fucking politician and a bunch of other people come over and are like, well, actually, your pipes are blah blah blah. It's like, I fucking asked the plumber, bitch.
Yeah. Like, dude, you shouldn't be adding fuel to the fire in any case like this. I'm gonna say this, okay? Be human about it. Be human about it. Be an adult about it. Like, if you're not taking...
Honestly, I think we've had, like, the most milquetoast opinions here tonight about this.
I mean, dude, as I said earlier, I'm seeing all sides of the whole thing. You know, I'm obviously...
Yeah, same.
Obviously, I'm not on the list, and even if I was, truly, I wouldn't fucking care. Because I just don't care. But either way, seeing this from another standpoint... It's just like, why? Why is it a thing, dude?
Oh, shit.
Like, everything is opinionated in the world, okay? Everyone has their own tastes. Everyone is different in their own body. It's just how the way the world is. So why are you making this a much bigger deal than what it is? And even if you're in a whole community space, you're actually spreading the stain. Why are you spreading the stain?
Yeah. No,
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Well, to carry on and on and on after the fact, once the dust is kind of settled, yeah, I totally agree. Especially if the statements coming thereafter are increasingly more heinous. Like, that's just weird. And I don't know who the hell thinks what that's going to fix. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely
and
not.
It's,
It's just,
to his point, it's fuel on the fire. But I'm good. Like, I've kind of said my piece on it in particular. Yeah. So like, I just don't want to see that stuff continually. I want this community to keep growing. It's a very inclusive community, in my opinion. And a lot of people have had a lot to do with what I do personally within this community and inspired it or had some kind of influence whatsoever. And I just want to see those people continuing to grow as long as that's what they want.
Right.
That's just kind of where I'm at in the end, for sure.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I'd love to see this community really... If at all possible, and I know maybe this is probably the hopeless romantic in me or whatever, right? But like, I really hope that if anything comes from this situation, it would be that perhaps people can actually wind up coming together over it.
Exactly. That was just the point I was about to fucking make.
Like I said, if they're having conversations, you know, with the people that they're upset with, maybe they could reach out and make a new friend while they're at it. Maybe it's not starting off on, you know, the best of grounds, but you know what I mean? I just like to see more people, instead of focusing on anger or rage or, you know, saying things aggressively, reach out, try and be peaceful, try and bridge the gap a little bit, and maybe we can all make some new friends out of it and just move forward as a community, just trying to make great content and make it a good place to be for all of us, because that's what I want to see. I want to see this community grow, and because it has really been like, I think this is like actually in my almost 2 years of content creation now, probably like a year and a half actually. This is like literally actually the first like major like drama type event that I have personally witnessed.
Me too.
Yeah, like there may have been like, I'm sure people get into spats
Scuffles
or whatever, but like but like actually genuinely like super public like outbursts of like rage and like drama. This is like actually the first thing I think that I've seen happen in this community. So it's very strange to me, because I'm like just so used to like seeing people just like hanging out on Twitter together for the most part.
And very cordial in most cases. Actually, in 99% of the case, this is really like,
Yeah.
I've been involved for around the same time frame. I think probably about 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's the first major blowout I've seen,
Yeah.
especially among so many people, so many prominent people in the community, like
Yeah.
for sure.
They're definitely all of them are definitely giant figureheads for sure. Well,
Yeah.
not say giant, but they're known within the VR space. They are known.
Yeah.
Um, God, what was my point in this? Fuck.
I don't know.
But
Completely random thought. We went over like some of your hip hop, right? Like you used to do hip hop stuff, right? We talked about that last episode,
No,
right?
No,
you
we
and
did
I
not.
talked about it personally. We didn't
Oh,
bring up music
you're
on
right.
the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. Yeah, do you want to tell people a little bit about like your background? Because I don't think we really touched on that
we just
too
did
much,
VR
aside from like
origins.
what got you
Yeah.
into VR. Yeah, like because I think it'd be really cool to like actually learn about, you know, for people to like be able to learn about you and like who you are really as a person.
So in 2005, I started writing music. Well, no, I actually didn't even start with music. It was poetry, and it just started to really
Okay.
kind of take like a hip hop form.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it spawned out of my first divorce. I actually, first and only divorce, I should say, and be clear about that. Just being clear, folks.
Mr. Surviv0r, the ladies'
Yeah,
man.
no. I mean, I know I'm dressed as Duke, and that may, you know, don't let it fool you, folks.
Blow
Don't
it
let
out
fool
your
you.
ass. Yeah.
But no, I just needed a constructive way to deal with that, and I wasn't at first when all of that was going down, and so I started writing. It turned into music, and I just kept honing in, and I actually was seeking it on a professional level, like I was going to try to really do this thing. And so fast forward to about 2009, Ludacris had put a team together, including himself and being involved, and they did a website called wemix.com. And they hosted indie artists, and it was just a platform for everybody to get on there, put up their music, and get likes or mix-its or fix-its was what that site did. And you can probably guess what each one means. But no, I got on there, and I don't know, it was probably about a year into it. They did this contest called the Undisputed Contest, and that was actually a track record for Ludacris. And the contest is to write a 16-bar verse, and the winner would be featured on a remix of that song. And so I entered in the entered in the contest, and out of 60,000 entries, I was chosen top 5. And I wasn't officially told where I landed in the end. I didn't get it. But I got some Pro Tools out of it, and I got a lot of notoriety among that indie group, and formed a lot of friendships, did a lot of collaborations. I've put out 2 albums, 1 mixtape, and 2 EPs.
Holy shit, dude! I didn't realize that you had gotten that far. Like I know we talked about it a little bit, and I know you told me about the contest, but I didn't realize like how far you went with that.
I went
actually
about 6 months or so after the WeMix thing. My producer and I actually got approached for a distribution deal with Def Jam that we ended up turning down. The guy was, I don't know. For me, what it boiled down to when my producer gave me the contract, he went by the stage name Cool Cheese. I love it.
What a stage name! That's awesome.
And mine was and is D Menace was my stage name. And anyway, when he gave me the contract, like literally on the second page, it talks about what they would have final say in. Not to mention the money that they had up in the contract was very blatantly a loan. And you would definitely be paying that back through merch and album sales and so on and so forth. So we denied them once. They came back with a much bigger number, actually doubled it, and we still turned them down and remained independent.
Wow.
And that's pretty much it as far as that's concerned. And from there, I formed a lot of friendships and was able to, I did a collaboration album called Call Us Hip Hop. You might even still be able to find at least the audio on YouTube if you just put in Call Us Hip Hop.
Yeah.
It has a very unique album art. It even has WeMix in the corner because every artist on the album was a WeMix artist. And so, yeah, I did songs with people. I had a producer in Brazil at one point. I've done plenty of songs with a guy named B Mills in Philly. My producer lives in Oakland, California. He is truly a brother from another mother. Even still to this day, I talked to him just a couple of weeks ago. Like, all that is still kind of present. And so what I've been trying to figure out is a way to blend these two worlds with the music that I used to do pretty heavily, and then with VR. And I think Virtuoso is going to be a good segue into that because I can make beats with that. And so it'll be a unique way to like bring VR into it, I think.
I think that would be fucking awesome, bro. Like I think probably one of the biggest things that VR needs right now is people making cultural content. Like what you would be doing, like making music, doing art inside of virtual reality, doing like concerts, you know, like stand-up fucking mic nights or some shit, you know what I mean? Like cultural content that can help like really bring communities together around like a common shared love, even if it isn't like VR itself, because I mean obviously we all like VR, right? Like we love VR, but I mean things that will actually like build community. And if you were doing that and you were finding a way to do performances like in VRChat or Neos or wherever you wanted to do it, I feel like that would be an awesome fucking like just such a cool way to bring people together.
I was just about to say get like Papa Boney to like do like a music video in VR with a VR chat or something.
Yeah, dude, you should hit up Papa Boney if you want to do like a VR chat music video for one of your songs. Dude, like actually like the work that him and his crew do is like unbelievable. Really, like they have figured out how to get like all the camera angles just right, and they can do some like really
have
crazy
some
shit.
groupies in the background.
I've seen plenty of their videos, and I've always been. What did you just say?
Just like some thick ass fucking Kermit bitches in the background.
just groupies in the background. Great. Just have some furries back there. You got furries, you got Kermits.
Oh yeah, spinning bars.
You got Mark. You got Mark Zuckerberg back there. You got some furries. You got some proto-gen guys. You got Kermit the Frog sexualized.
I feel like the furries would be
endless.
One. Yeah, we gotta have the furries like in front twerking. Like I'm just saying.
Yes. Just in like full body, like actually doing like the whole
like
thing.
just full body tracking and doing everything.
I was in Neos a few months back with Stacks and Tribe, and I don't know if they just gave me the avatar or if one of them was able to like straight up put me in a different avatar, but I had I had a set. And I had a tail, and I had ears, and it was the first time I've ever been a character like that in VR. And so there was a mirror in the gas station in Neos, and I'm not sure if they took you there or not when you guys did your Neos experience, but there's a mirror there, or they put a mirror up. I can't even remember. Slept since then, I guess. But everything was very bouncy, and I'm pretty sure there's a clip of this. I'll have to see if Stack still has it, where he pulls out some kind of knife in it, and it creates like a crazy like horror vibe in my headset while I'm in the mirror checking out all my bouncy bits. And like and I have my tail like, and I'm like, hey Stacks, check it out, I'm twerking. And I was just like wagging the tail like crazy. It was a really weird clip. Really weird clip. But yeah, that's what made me think of it. Is like, let's just have all the furries in front in a rap music video that takes place in VR, and they can be the twerkers.
Yeah, dude. Like they're making like they have that.
Dude, that would actually be. That would like honestly, I could actually see something like that going like fucking.
Well, yeah, because they're making the HBO documentary, right?
Yeah.
So that's coming out.
What?
Did you not know about that?
Have you heard
the
about
VR
that?
chat? We met in we met in VR or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know HBO grabbed it though.
It's HBO, bro.
Yeah, it's an HBO.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I've actually seen a bit of
it's
a trailer,
like a full
I think,
length.
on TikTok maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I knew it was a thing and it was coming, but I
length.
didn't realize someone like HBO had it. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a documentary.
It's like a whole ass documentary. It's like, I think 93 or so minutes. Like, it's over an hour and a half long. Like, it's
Like, is it out
like a
or
full length.
Is it coming?
It
Your favorite word.
might be out now. I'm unsure if it's out now or not. I know come. But yeah, it's either it's about to be out or it's out right now. But yeah, it's an HBO thing, and I really want to watch it. I just don't have HBO, so I'm like, I don't know,
about to just get
sign
like
up
the
for
free
free
trial
or something.
Yeah, just do
and
the
just
free trial.
cancel it. Free trial
just so
and
I can
cancel
watch
it
it real
before
quick and
before
then-
before the money gets through.
Oh my God. Just let them hit you for the 99 cents and be like, all right, well, shit, it was only 99 cents. Like, yeah, you can totally pull that off.
It reminds me of the old days when you could like game internet companies to like get free internet, basically. Like, I had a buddy who he would call the fucking internet company and he'd be like, yeah, I'm canceling. And then they'd be like, all right, well, we'll give you another 3 months for free if you don't cancel, and then you'll pay regular. And he was like, all right. So then, like, next time he was going to get charged or whatever, because it was like shitty internet. So, but it was free, right? Like $0.99. Who cares? And so, like, the next time he fucking called and he's like, yeah, I'm going to cancel it again. They're like, wait, we'll give you 2 months free this time. And he's like, all right, okay. And then, like, it just kept fucking happening. And every time he would call, it would offer him free internet. So he's like, for years, he just paid nothing for internet.
That's crazy. Was this like back in the AOL days or something?
Yeah, this was back in the AIM days, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, he said AIM. I was like, wait a minute. He messed my brain up there for a second. It just all of a sudden went smooth.
It was my buddy from like the other side of the country. We played like Final Fantasy 11 together.
You could do so much in VR, like in reality.
Yeah,
like,
dude, it's
like
fucking
the music
insane.
video thing, like we were talking about. You could totally do that. Like,
oh yeah,
people have that premium lens or whatever, the VRC lens or whatever. Like it's like you can have a drone or whatever. You could literally have somebody or commission them to do that for you while you're doing the thing or whatever. You can literally do that in VR. That's insane.
Yeah.
And we can do that now. That's what's great about it. Like,
yeah.
Like, I only dreamt about
like,
being
we're not
able
waiting
to play
for new
video
technology to
games in
come
VR
out.
when I was a kid.
Right.
Like, I didn't even know what they would look like. I just knew that I wanted to be in a game. And so to your point, like, I mean, I think we can all agree VR's in its infancy. And we can already do that shit now.
100% it's in its infancy.
We can already do that.
Yeah, I mean, relatively speaking, I mean, VR has been around since like the 60s, really, like modern VR.
Oh, sure.
But it
I
hasn't
meant like the blow
really
up,
become
like actually being widely used.
As far as it, right. But yeah, it's only been out like what? So like basically commercially available for what? Maybe 10 years.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably pretty close.
2012 was the DK1.
Well, yeah, but it got like more like accessible, more wanted within like what 2017. So is it really that long?
It was like 2016 was the turning point.
Because you had games like Pavlov come out. You had Gorn. You had like Blade and Sorcery in its infancy and shit like that. You had all these like small VR games that were really fun come out, and it really spiked the interest.
This is really, this is only the beginning.
Yeah, and there's so many pioneers, especially in the content creation space, that have really boosted it. Like you have Thrill Seeker, right? Thrill Seeker has brought, I'm assuming, thousands of people into VR, and you also have people like Josh Dubb. Like I'm sure he's brought millions, probably, or 100,000s at least. Yeah. And you got Eddie VR. You got so many people within the VR content creation space that really like show the wonders and what you can do in VR. But you obviously, even if you watch it in a video, you don't know what you're gonna get. Even with if watching it flat screen is completely different than being inside VR, right?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Yeah. And once you get that, you're just gonna once you get that, you're just gonna tell your friends about it and show them about it, right? And that's just the change just keeps going from there, and that's what I love about this community, honestly, is it just grows and grows.
Same.
Yep. Like a bad weed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, you just you
were just bad weed. No, I was gonna say I think that kind of shit, like what like stuff like what Papa Boney is doing, what you're doing, Surviv0r, like the culture jamming type content, right? I think is really what VR is missing to like actually blow the fuck up. Like it is blowing up, there's no doubt about it. But it's that like fun, interesting, cool shit that people are gonna see and be like, "Whoa, dude, that's fucking sick!" Like I have to do that, right? Like I have to try that, right? I think like a good example is like for the longest time, it's really only been like two types of content creators, at least in the VR space, right? Which is one, you have entertaining, which are people that basically just film themselves doing funny shit or making dumb jokes or just playing the game, right? Like it's entertaining content. It can be informative at times, but for the most part, it's made to just make people happy and keep them entertained, right? And then you have informative content, which is more along like what I do, news, information, talking about tech, talking about devices and stuff like that, right? There's nobody like Papa Boney. He's making literally fucking movies, like TV shows inside of VR, like skits, acting in VR. Like that's why I'm like, I would love to see like more content creators like making songs in VR. Or, you know what I mean? Or like throwing concerts in VR, because then people will look at that and be like, whoa, dude, that looks so fucking fun. Like, I have to try that.
There's only one person I know that has actually like did a song in VR. That's because I just stumbled upon it randomly, and that was Z-Storm. Z-Storm Games.
Oh,
yeah,
Z-Storm?
he made
Really?
a song on Pop One. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. I think it was like a parody song. No, it wasn't a parody. I can't remember. I believe it was a parody of another song, but obviously it was for Pop One, and the production value was actually really good, really well put. But there's so much you can do with VR for sure. Like again, as you stated, Papa was doing films. He's purposely doing films, and that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of, actually, he just made a community post on his channel. I can't remember. I think it was either this morning that I saw it or something. But he stated that he's moving his shows basically to a different channel, and Papa Boney in VR. That's this specific channel. Is going to horror games, VR horror games, I think, something like that.
Okay.
That's what I saw. But and he's still going to continue doing the production value of the films he's creating, and they're really good films. They're really good skits, right? Like they're
they're fucking hilarious too.
Like I did one. He asked me. I mean, we obviously talked about it on the podcast. We did the Kermit the Frog shit. Yeah. So,
bro, I was literally crying. I was laughing so hard watching
the
that.
one at the end got me. I was just like, holy hell. Like,
which one? I can't remember.
The lady.
The big titty one.
So I didn't
Don't fall on me.
Yeah.
Never mind. Like,
don't fall. Oh no, actually. Oh no.
That was awesome.
The cast is great for sure. They're all kind people. I just like my controller died by the end of that scene, like the throne hallway room scene.
Yeah.
My shit died. I was still in the call. He's like, "Can you just like say these words?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm gonna say them." Get them, no, beat them off.
Suck them off.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
He was like, "Fuck them in the ass." I mean, suck them off. I mean, go get them.
Basically, right? Like, and then all the
dude, all the different Kermits that were just saying random shit at the same time. You could just hear them saying the most scuffed, just like random shit.
When he first showed up, I about spit my damn drink out. Because I wasn't expecting it, and like I was drinking a drink of water, and I'd almost got my computer, bro.
I think I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I did all, if not most, of the voice lines for the Kermit, like all the Kermits.
That's hilarious. Hell yeah!
So like the crowd of Kermits, that was all me, right? Like.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was wondering, and I forgot to ask you if that was all you.
Yeah, it was. I was just making some stupid sounds, dude, the entire time. It was really fun to do. I would be glad to join him again on that shit. That was too fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I remember when we talked with Papa that we were gonna have you both on here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, we did mention that.
The reason why I reached out to Survivors Alone specifically was because of the topics we had in mind. Because he had a very
Specific.
He wanted to do that with. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Papa has any view on it. I don't even know if he's been on Twitter lately for that.
Yeah. He
So
may not even know.
Yeah.
He may be
So-
completely
Yeah.
oblivious. He'd get on the show and be like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck
Yeah,
are you on
yeah.
about?"
Be like,
Yeah.
whoa, what the fuck happened,
So
guys?
I
What happened
didn't want to
without me?
bring Papa in a conversation he has no knowledge of. That's the main purpose as to why we just have Survivor. Which I'm happy to have you, buddy. Good to have you
Thanks,
back.
man.
I mean, we
Thank
could
you.
have the
Thank
two
you,
of
thank
them
you, thank you.
next week, I guess. I don't know I don't even know if we have anyone slated. I know we were talking about a couple people we had.
We had a
in mind,
lot
but
of
I don't
people in
know if we're
mind.
picking yeah, a lot of people.
I'm talking to several groups to get some more guests on here. So
Yeah, you're gonna have to extend the couch if you're gonna get a group on here.
yeah.
You get Rochi
Yeah,
and Joshi Pashi and JP,
JP
and all those
and-
guys
yeah.
on here. Yeah, you
Yeah.
get them on
I
here.
think that's
you're
what
gonna
we
have
were
to-
thinking about. Is we'd probably just wind up having to have like 3 on the front, and then maybe
Someone, like,
somebody try and
like,
crouch
yeah.
on the couch or something. Yeah, or something, and just kind of offset it, stagger it, make
Yeah.
it look it so it's
Make
a
it
little
look somewhat
spread out or
natural.
whatever.
Make them look like
Yeah.
cell phone reception. Just line them all up.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
And then we were like, yeah, and then we got to take a casting couch meme picture
Oh,
at the
yeah.
end or something,
dude. Yeah, just
like the chick with the 4 dudes standing behind
just
her.
you and me on the couch, and then the rest of them behind us.
Yeah,
That would be fun. That would be fun.
yeah.
Hell yeah, that would be.
How
Yeah, I think
far-
I've watched every episode you guys have done, and I think
Thank you.
they're
For real?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Of the
Yeah, yeah.
podcast.
Appreciate
Dude,
it, brother.
thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it
That's
so
awesome.
much.
As
I'm glad-
it's not really that ironic, I guess, but I thought it was kind of cool. I'm pretty sure I was on your 6th episode, and now I'm on the 12th. Just
Okay.
saying.
Hell
and
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why
Oh,
you
yeah,
got
yeah.
on there. So I'll be back in 6
Yeah.
episodes.
yeah,
I'll be
6
back on number
episodes later.
18.
Every 6 episodes, we'll have you on.
Yep,
Hey,
if
man.
Papa's busy,
Yeah,
you
I did
just
check
bring,
the no rush. I did check the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're sitting at about a minute 15
I
right
do
now.
have
so.
some things to
Or
do.
an hour. Sorry,
Yeah,
hour
I do
15.
have. I do have some
minute.
things to do. We can go on for a little about 10 minutes more. I'm okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm
no
okay with
rush.
10
I
minutes
just
more.
wanted
Yeah.
to make us aware of the time.
Are we at
Yeah,
time?
okay.
Yeah,
I don't wanna-
roughly.
We're past
roughly.
it generally, but I mean, there's.
I
no
started
rush.
recording
We
after
don't-
you did. I'm at 111.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm like
Discord's
115 right
hiding
now.
my number,
but,
so I don't know.
yeah, no worries. We're not in like a rush to shut it down or anything. We just
Okay.
try to keep it generally under like 2 hours at the
Yeah.
peak, and then at least an
Yeah.
hour. So
Yeah,
hour to
for
2
sure.
hours, somewhere in that range.
But as much as I would love to go to 2 hours, I mean, obviously the retention is not going to
I
be
know.
there.
That's the thing I hate about this is we have like literally like such awesome fucking conversations with people.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is about just like sitting down and being able to have like thought provoking, like intellectually provoking conversations with like other VR content creators, but it's just we just don't have enough time to talk about
man.
everything, and I hate it because we have like the best people on this podcast and have like the best conversations.
And I thoroughly enjoy this. I'm glad I suggested this a long time ago. I'm glad I suggested this.
Same, dude. I am
Yeah.
I mean,
too. Yeah.
obviously
Stuff
we're
like this is what
This
VR
is like
needs.
literally all
yeah,
his
man.
idea. pretty much.
I have no news on the 3rd. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I texted
neither
him the
have
other
I.
day, but I haven't got anything. So, but yeah, in case it wasn't mentioned already, like several times, I'm sure I did. But we do
Probably,
have a
yeah.
3rd, but his situation is just not
Personal
his
life.
personal life is just
Yeah,
not
he's
cash
having a lot
money.
of issues right now.
So,
Yeah.
and I don't think, I honestly don't think, because he's always done solo content, so I don't think anybody really knows about him, even though he has a pretty decent following of almost
Decent following, yeah.
9,000. So,
Yeah.
Shinobi Nate, for context, Shinobi Nate is our 3rd. But
Correct.
yeah. But either way, I'm glad I mentioned to start this fucking thing. I'm glad I was adamant to start. I'm so happy I was adamant to start this fucking thing.
Yeah, same.
For one, it's broken my shell of like social anxiety. I mean, I still have it here and there, but it's obviously not as prominent as it was.
You have legitimately, bro. You have improved so much since I
like,
first
I don't,
met you. Like,
I don't get.
You don't even understand. This dude used to literally get like fucking actual physical like trembling when he had to like talk to people. Like it was that bad.
The first two episodes, I believe, I had tremors for sure. Like I would shake for sure, physically shake. Even if my face wasn't seen, I wasn't on video, whatever, I would physically shake. And and that's just my anxiety.
And now look at the dude. He's like literally like bringing content creators together, like hosting social events and shit. Which reminds me, the
next one was the 30th.
And
30th? To circle back to the very first topic, that person is going to be in the event. It's not completely confirmed, but they said that they wanted to. They were wanting to, obviously time zones and stuff. But I hope whoever is watching this, and actually, no, this will be up by then. Whoever's watching this and you're there, it's all love, man. Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of the event.
Yeah, it's to make
everybody together and talk.
It's to make relations with other creators and have a good time, right? It's all people with different sizes. Like we got people with 200 subs, and you got people with 200,000 subs.
200,000 subs. Yeah.
Like it's a very big gathering that I honestly want to put under the Compel Reality name. To be honest.
You can go for it.
Even though I'm not trying to boast or whatever, but I know that I'm pretty much the only one who assembled everybody. But I honestly want...
No, you are. You are literally 100% responsible.
But I want to
for
put it
all
under
of
the
these
Compel Reality name.
social events.
It's
maybe we should start doing that.
I thought about it several times to create a Discord. I actually have somebody in my Discord was like, you guys should just make a giant community or whatever, or like a giant Discord.
Yeah.
And,
actually, that's a really good idea. We should just fucking do that.
They were like, you should just make one for like the Compel Reality or whatever, and have all the creators on there, et cetera, et cetera. I was thinking, I was like, yeah, that would be nice, but everybody has their own mini communities and stuff. But I'm also still for it, you know. Because like. Obviously we're growing the community together, right? In terms of our podcasts and stuff, and if I do this, if we decide to do this, to create a Discord and have a giant thing, and it's also a place to have creators come together, then I would be happy with it. But I've also, the thing is that I've also seen other Discords pretty much do the same thing, and they fail. Yeah. So that's another worry of mine, you know. So I'm not. I don't know what I want to do with that. Hopefully, I get your input on it. I mean, either it's now or later. I don't care.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah.
That's like the main thing I've seen.
This dude, man, this guy is responsible for basically all of this. I mean, I don't even think we would have met you if he hadn't put together that first, right? Because I think you were at the first TTT event that he hosted.
Not the first. I was on the second. Is that right?
Okay, the second one.
I started showing up after the second one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we would have literally never connected.
What you guys are doing here is really, really important. And I know there's other VR podcasts and so on and so forth.
Sure, yeah.
But you're putting your twist on it first of all, and I think the more the merrier, because again, love the community. I want to see it grow. You're giving people a platform to speak their piece in a cordial, respectful manner, I feel like. And I think that's just super duper awesome. And I'm learning of people because of you guys and other podcasts like it.
Right.
You know, and it's just it's a huge learning thing for me. So I really appreciate what you guys do. Obviously, I appreciate being on it.
Thanks, brother.
But yeah, I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, Soul, you're quite the connector. There's a few people I wouldn't know if it weren't for you. And
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And I'm like legit so fucking thankful I've met these people because I mean, truly, like from the bottom of my heart, like you and like a lot of the other content creators out there right now are like legit some of the coolest, most like genuine, down to earth fucking people I've ever met.
Man. Hell yeah, thank you.
I thank you, by the way, for the compliments. I'm still trying to get like a lot of people to like collaborate, I guess, communicate, all that stuff, to do more of this kind of stuff. Because obviously the creation space is massive, and I am a much smaller number, obviously, to like people who are above 100,000 plus, or because some people, like, it's not like I get an interaction with somebody like Panda every day, you know, like someone who has like 30,000 plus and who actually gives me the light of day to actually listen to me and stuff like that. But for that, I am grateful for, like, Panda is a very great friend, and has been for a very long time now, since the first DM to him about the event that I hosted, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm glad this has brought people together. Like that's what I want.
That's what we need, man.
Like
totally what we need.
Like.
Yeah, I love how many friendships have come out of the events that you've hosted, and how many people have been able to connect through our podcast and shit. Like it's a really humbling feeling, because it's like, you know, when they're like, dude, thank you so much for introducing. Like I love this person. Like
it's
I'm
gratifying
so glad that
for me because you know I meet these people, I talk to them, and even if our platform for the podcast is smaller than others, I'm glad that I can boast you guys. Glad that we can boast you guys to the community, regardless. You know, because
that's really what we're.
Yeah,
about.
I mean, like
trying to get people to connect with.
And I'm
each
glad
other,
that this podcast has no filter. You know, because like
that's how we want to keep it.
Yeah, we want to be real with it. Use our actual language we do every day. You know. I could be talking about cum every day. You could be talking about cum every day. You could be talking about shit, piss, and cum. Like, compel reality.
Cum.
You just need to fucking change the sign by now. You just need to fucking change it. It's your damn. I mean, you know, after what we just said, just go ahead. Just erase.
You know, it was actually.
That's it. I'm just making one that just says "cum," and that's it. I'm just gonna slap that bad boy on.
It was
there.
actually tough to create the name, because we didn't know what the fuck to go for. You know, because you know we have our friends, you know, Skiva and stuff. You know, from between realities. You know, and
awesome
yes, Between Realities are amazing.
Skiva's
a genuine guy. Alex is awesome.
I love both of those.
They're awesome. They're legitimately like probably some of the most important like pillars of the community in my opinion. Yeah.
But like the name choosing, it was very difficult to do, because we didn't want to obviously copy anybody, right, in terms of what the fuck to go for, but and we also wanted to go for our own spin. I mean, obviously, if you don't know, it's Compel is to like bend at will, you know. That's basically
to change things, to influence them. Yeah.
So the name specifies to the viewer is to bend reality to your own will. It's
create your own reality, forge your own path in life, sort of that type deal. It's supposed to be, I guess,
somewhat inspirational. Yeah. So
that's awesome. Yeah, but bonus points. You make that a
U.
And then right behind these three letters, if you put a white splat behind it, like I'm just saying, like you might as well like just go full blown.
Just yellow spat, just white,
just yellow. What's that? You need to see a doctor.
Yellow, yeah. What is it? That the clap?
Piss and cum, piss, shit and cum. Just have brown stains. Have brown stains. Yellow stains and white stains all up there. Just have it in between the cracks of each of the grid.
I walked right into that shit. I said, hey, here's the door. Let me open it. And walked right through. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. I fucking love this so much.
I make one suggestion. It all goes to shit. Dumpster fire.
It all goes to hell in a handbasket. Look at this shit show, literally.
Oh, I like the mugs, by the way. I've wondered if they said anything from watching from YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are functions.
Yes.
Little Cody.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to do, I want to start putting into the podcast is devs. Like I want to, like obviously we had Tropical as a dev, right? He was the the first dev to have be on the podcast. I want to like I want to have Tab.
Wait,
right?
was it a coincidence he was on here as Kermit?
No. He may have ripped my skin.
Fucking X-Files music cues up behind him.
If he comes back, you need to record like a track for him in that voice and just let him walk the line as he comes to sit on the couch, and it's just playing behind him. That'd be hilarious.
Dude, that is
Speaking
the most
of which,
ADD
I just want to say I
motherfucker we've ever
absolutely
had.
adore the Veil community for VR, EO. The fuck was that? Where were you, buddy? You weren't there for me. Like, you're supposed to help with that.
You're
anyway,
Duke Nukem. You're supposed to be scuffed.
VR esports game, esports in general, competitive in general, they have the absolute loveliest fucking community I've ever seen.
They really do.
Like, you know, all the little kids in Fortnite, fuck off. All the little kids in COD, fuck off. Veil is where it's at in terms of community and the game. Like, it
really is.
They are really all awesome. Like, all the devs that I've had the pleasure of talking to, playing with, being shot in the face by, they're all lovely people. They really are.
Yeah.
They shot me with love.
Yeah.
That sounds weird, but you know what I meant.
Hey yo.
They shot him with
Hey yo.
Squirt
Hey, yo.
Yeah. No, you're right though. Like genuinely, it's surprising too, because like a lot of shooter communities, like just in general, FPSs in general, tend to be like more toxic.
Oh yeah,
because of their competitive nature.
Yeah.
And Veil like does not, like, I'm sure you could find some toxic people if you were really interested in it, but like from my experiences playing the game, I literally have not had a single bad interaction on there. Like everyone has been so just genuinely like nice, wholesome, like it's just an awesome community to be in right now. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely agree with you there.
Yep, and I see it often get compared to like CS by not by the community itself, but by outside looking in, and that, my friends and ladies and gentlemen, is quite possibly the most toxic community I've ever been involved in. CS:GO. Oh man,
I was gonna say,
what a bunch of entitled little pricks that is. I'm just saying. Ooh, I don't like that one. Mm-mm.
Unless you're playing like modded servers or something where you're doing
then you get
like zombies or something, you get a lot of cool people there.
Yep,
but
I agree.
for the most part, the super competitive ones are fucking wild, man. It's like,
man, if you
like
had
old
any
fucking
idea
Call of Duty
how many
Black
things
Ops
they
2
want to do
servers.
to my mother, it's crazy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. A lot of 9-year-old children want to put their dick inside my mom for some reason.
And there it is.
A surprising number, okay?
Randy, just put it on the table.
I think that's a good bombshell to end it on.
And on that absolute bombshell.
Who's doing it? Who's doing it?
Come?
What?
Come? Oh.
I was getting
that's my
wall.
wall.
Oh, there you go. I was getting a little. Whoa. That's a little realistic, buddy. Here.
We got some pretty nice BBMs out here. Big black microphones.
I'm gonna just go in the corner. I'll be right back.
You just start hearing
piss. You're gonna come over there. But what are you doing? Yeah. Damn, dude.
You know,
dude got a dumpy. Damn.
All I'm saying.
Yeah, dude.
All I'm saying is it's not cold in here. Hold on. Let me sit down. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I'm surprised. Your Duke Nukem avatar's got a fucking dump truck on him.
Yeah.
Thick.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
He is a.
If I had tractors, I would totally like
shake it. You gonna shake it? Hey yo, someone get this man some trackers, bro.
Mr. Surviv0r twerking.
Let this man shake.
What do you mean somebody? It's on you. You already bought some without me. Now you gotta hook me up.
What?
Yeah, you gotta hook a brother up. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate you
Thanks
guys
for coming
having
on.
me.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Thanks
we have
for
such a
having
blast. Like,
kind of a weird conversation.
No, man.
I want to
for
put
sure,
positive vibes out there above
Yeah.
all else.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
so, like, I hope at the very least, if someone that was involved or around it or saw it or whatever might be able to, like, take something from this, maybe have a different perspective that's positive
absolutely.
in the end, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
I may
That's
totally
also...
bomb it. Who knows? I might just go into the dumpster next. I just never know. But
Right.
Which you
hopefully
should,
not.
not for this. You shouldn't for this at all. There's no reason to be put in the fucking shithole for having an opinion. Anyway. Anyway.
See, I almost got
to certain
him.
extents, it depends on exactly what your opinion is. But yeah, I agree.
I almost got him
part.
going again. Do you see that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Man's
Come on,
was
Phil.
about to go off.
Come on.
Just,
Time to close the curtain.
I'm just okay. First things first. Rage doesn't make peace. Okay, I want
It
to
does
point that
not.
out there
That
right
is
now.
not. Anger is not the
Yes,
solution.
yes, man. Peace. Well, peace
love,
should be
prosperity.
the outcome of everything, right?
Exactly.
With that, I hope you guys enjoyed the entire podcast episode, whether the tier lists conversation, the conversation about Survivor's music, and so on. You know, thank you again for coming on here and.
Yeah, dude. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, it was a blast again. We're gonna have you again on for sure. You know, you're always welcome on the podcast, buddy.
100%.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
you're welcome
it
anytime,
a lot.
my man.
Hell yeah. Thank you, guys.
If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, erect the little thumb, you know what I'm saying? Get that little thumb going. Hit the big red button if you want to see more of this dumb shit that we do on this podcast, the VR scuff and news, you know.
And hit the notification
hit the bell,
so
man.
you don't miss
Hit
it
that
ever
bell.
again.
Share it with your friends. Share it around, you know. Retweet it if you're on Twitter. Share it with your mama. I don't know. Tell her that, hey, look at these.
Yeah, I
look at
always say
these.
this 'cause
Listen
it's
to these
kinda-
two retards talk dumb shit VR. I don't know. Just do.
We're pretty
retarded.
Not gonna lie, we're pretty smooth brain, man. We really are.
Yeah, I prefer smooth brain. You know, yeah. There's no ripples in there. The gray matter is
Zero wrinkles on this podcast.
It looks like a gray marble. I mean,
If you're on Apple Podcasts, make sure you give it 5 stars or rate it. Leave us a review. Same thing in the comments section of YouTube. Leave us some feedback, what we can do to improve, etc. So on. If you're on Spotify, download the episode and rate us there as well. It really helps us with exposure, so on. And
it's free.
It's
It's
free.
literally costs you $0 and it takes like 2 seconds.
And this is my first time with my new PC, by the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. How's it going?
120
so far?
hertz, smooth as butter.
Fuck yeah.
Hell
oh
yeah.
my god.
That's awesome.
Music to my ears.
So, again, thank you for joining us. Rage doesn't make peace, and
Love your brothers. Love your brothers and sisters,
man.
especially in the VR community. Love, empathy, understanding, not anger. That is not the solution.
And if you made it to the
Survivor,
end.
you got any socials
Yes,
you want to shout out? I know
shout out everything you want to shout out, buddy.
And TikTok now.
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. On YouTube, it's just youtube.com/Mr Surviv0r with a 0. And on Twitter and TikTok, it is Mr Surviv0r with a 0 at Mr Surviv0r with a 0. For the O.
Fantastic.
There you go.
There's not 2 O's, by the way. That came up last time.
I know. I was just about to make the joke too. I'm so. I was like, which O? The first and the second one.
One last thing. Watch your mental health, okay? Seriously, it's important for everybody.
Agreed.
Okay.
100%.
All right, and with that,
And
we
with that.
conclude. Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Hasta luego, pendejos.
Dude, I got some wicked wings. Look at that.